Now, no say na KOKO of the matter be this. Yes, the matter, you get as you go reach where you need to grind them. You know matter, now they make the matter, may be like say he pass the matter where it's supposed to be, oh, make the matter no come judge us, leave us for back. Now we day so. What look another matter will make sense so. And now down the year I'm saying, say, I don't get structure. We get movement, we don't get structure. We get structure, we don't get movement. It matter for inside this 2023 election, in a better strategy, I mean a better sense that they use follow that kind of talk where they grant so. Which one is better pass? Now political structure and a political movement, or may you just do small, maybe two feature, or it could be like say Asha they follow Portable they sing. If you do it like that, or it's supposed to separate, may everybody day your own album one by each. Now so it's supposed to be. We get two better guests with us inside programming today. May we follow talk on top of the matter. One Ambassador Churchill Enyia, now national coordinator for PIDA Obi National Support Group. Carry welcome inside program.
Thank you.
Yes, we're glad to see you there with us. Mr. Victor Terhemba, and our communications officer for Raising New Voices. Instead there with us now, civil society organization. Carry welcome inside program. It's inside this one.
Thank you very much.
They talk and say, if you never hear them before, or say they talk, say, we never hear the matter before. They use and scare the person who get the matter before. For Nigeria, before now, we know the two talk onto issue of political movement, political structure. Make us start with you. When you start the hear things like political movement, political structure, we come like say they hear and separate by themselves.
I mean, maybe now for this election, I first they hear about political movement. And, in fact, nobody said this is the first time where they hear them, but I like this is not the first time where it's like an issue where people they actually talk about. And then so now we have the issues, let's say political movement and political structure. Is it possible to win an election by just political movement? I mean, if you ask me that question, I would say no. I mean, yes. So, and the thing is, in fact, there are so many examples that abound that you fit refer to and say that every political movement that does not have a structure, they fit stand.
Wait, say my sense, they enter finish when you use big English. We can't enter pidgin. We day plenty for house with the hear for pidgin. So you go try help me put out for pidgin.
So we have to speak.
Yeah, so you go speak pidgin now.
You don't do that, man.
Hey, I got Churchill. You don't know where he is.
How will I go start?
You go start this one. If now here go use network, oh yeah, okay. What you go do? We say you go talk small, go help interpret, but we must speak this pidgin so that people wait there house. You go flow. No worry. Anyway, you now movement. You self now movement, so you must talk. But make her just allow you. They define something. They goes. You say
okay. So when I talk about political movement, you can have political movement, then go day. But one thing about political movements is that they are just a movement, and if you know harness and well with structure, you know go fit win that what kind of elections where you want to win by having that political movement. And all through history, every time where you get political movement, you need structure. One reason why the structure is important is that it will help you to consolidate your fringes.
Consolidate now say
you stand, yes, exactly. So when you get an ideology or a movement where people don't jump on top, they support and all of those things. I mean, like not just go say make it just day like that. And I've even give you, if you want, I've even give you instances. Now let me just even go or something happened of recent in 2020 in Mali, June 5 movements. Now people just protest. They don't get structure, but they wanted the governor to. And then, sorry, before I even complete that, when you have a political movement without structure, you allow for three things to happen. One, the fact that other people can come in, infiltrate, and benefit from that movement. And then, yes,
or do anyhow.
Yes, anyhow when
they resemble the one we want to do.
Where they want. So, two, when you get political movement, when they get structure, at the end result, maybe you will get the movement, they actually benefit. And other people, they can't benefit.
They feed you leg over.
They feed you leg over. It happened, and now it's happened for Mali, that June 5 movement. When they start, opposition can't join the movement. And then when government, they say, we could try, we could find discussion. They don't get other structure. They don't get people who go say, okay, we could be part of this government. End of the day, now military now can't actually benefit from that movement.
Just put heads straight, get peace.
And even if you go back in history, but like between 1917 to 1920, where Russia, this revolution starts with the movement, not be those who lead the movement.
That's
actually benefit.
The East Bloc, where before you break, pieces, Croatia, Yugoslavia, before you break.
No, this one in 1917, the time where Yes, less than 1917 to 1920. That was when they can't remove less than monarchy. They say more could begin to do.
Oh, I don't know which the Tsar come out.
Exactly. So all that one say maybe people will lead that political movement. Maybe people will own that political movement actually benefit. Even if we go back to our NSAS,
I don't write and put for grants. I go ask you say I don't write and put because the government like say everything we do on Juja now from there with the year we no get leader, we no get leader. Now the leader thing come put us.
Thank you. Now that is the example where I want to actually bring out. So now that NSAS movement, it succeeds on extent, but it no can succeed to the redefinition of what we said because there were no structures. Now everybody know really say we have this structure where they on ground.
Okay, all right. You don't even arrange talk. Come, not be like say I want to ask you the question, but for inside a question, inside the answer I want you to draw question. You say sometimes, say if we reason them, the person where they front, where they say, Nami they follow. Say if things can't reach one place, if you no benefit for inside this one.
You know, number one, Peter Obi stands on the tenets of integrity. And if you look at it, you know, without, you know, trying to, criticize other parties, the Labour Party is just very neutral. Peter Obi needed, a platform that is very, pure. Without any stain.
But now pot go there now. Nobody say follow them work from beginning now.
When you talk about a structure, I'm trying to answer what you asked me. Structure, from the way I look at it or how we look at it in this country, talk about people that want to actually influence a movement. Yeah,
people when they help you do leg work.
But I want to tell you that in this Peter Obi, whole thing, it's not all about politics. Yes, it's not. It's a movement. Yes, I can give you an instance, like what happened in Ukraine. The president of Ukraine, that's Zelensky.
Yes.
He's the sixth president of Ukraine right now. He was a comedian.
Now actor.
Yeah, an actor.
People come the vest so now, the government with it there. He don't come outside say he won't do work.
In 2018, his production company, people that normally produce for him, formed a new political party called Servant of the People. That was, the same name he used, on stage. So
because he's an enter from movie, because he's an exactly real work.
That was in 20.
No, I remember.
So he started that as a movement. There was no physical campaign. Everything was virtual. There was no mainstream involvement. Mainstream media involvement.
Television, radio,
social media, and all that. And people key into that movement.
So,
and guess what? On the 20th April 2019, he defeated his opponent.
But that one wait. I know. Say we know all the story, but I want me to come back to the question where I asked you. You never go far. My memory card no loss for inside the matter where I asked you. Political structure and the political movement where Peter Obi go draw come meet Labour. Labour tanda put they get as they do. Last election they even get candidates. So that other one say Professor Utomi won't do Labour Party presidential candidate before Peter Obi pots go there. One night just do letter. He can't go there.
Yes.
From inside when he can't reach there, now we can't hear no structure, no movement. Now I can't they ask you. Now we don't see Oyinbo example. Even though say Oyinbo get as they do their thing. No say we Nigeria get as they do our thing too. Now we don't do Nigeria now. Peter Obi don't go put for Labour Party. Can't they tell them no structure, no movement? And now you don't answer one question. Don't answer my question. Reach half. Make a come from the halfway you answer start. You say Labour Party they neutral. But the people where they follow Peter Obi for on top tweet, the one where they call Twitter. The man know they close. They abuse people. If you abuse their party, they abuse this one. If I so take get one see we talk say if Peter Obi no fit answer question, if they abuse them, if you no answer, say the day here they get enough abuse to arrange on behalf of himself. That was still a neutrality because the one way they do come like say separate from the one way the people where they follow.
But Peter Obi himself has made it clearly, on national television several times. He advised even his followers that they should not bother, trying to cascade other aspirants. They should focus on, on who he is, what he stands for. What he represents, what he can deliver. So his followers, in our group, focus predominantly on his selling points, what he has done, his background, I mean, his antecedent.
Agree.
Record
So agree. Meaning say
his confidence, his integrity,
if
and what
in
he
they
tell them,
they tell them, and this question why they ask and they don't come meet you now.
Yeah.
If in they tell them, say, me I know they abuse, me I know they do anyhow. I know they talk about different party, but now you don't they start, don't they answer people like PDP, APC, they come because you know they do them before, but now don't the invoice don't they come up, they answer questions small onto all those other issues. But if you know they do them, and you come tell him followers say me they don't do them on top this movement. Say, you know, they do them, but now they followers, they do them. It means say they know they hear what. No. I know say I don't find problem. Make an answer at TTT where they call us for inside program now. Carry welcome inside program. TTT where they call us from Cuba. We they hear you.
Okay.
Yes, so carry welcome. How would they today now?
We dey fine. KOKO of the matter.
Yes, so we full here.
My issue be say some many followers, people where they follow Peter Obi, then they online, they know they grant. They know they on the ground. Now online, then they do their own politics. Now online, then they do their own politics. They know they on ground. And anybody where they do politics online, on that day, we did not even see them. They did not come out. Then go they do big man for their house. They watch television. Say then they monitor the election. So make Peter Obi get that one straight. Then the person wey first call una, wey say he no know Labour Party logo. Make he go their secretariat now. Abi una be Labour Party as una dey do program. Na KOKO of the matter. Now una dey campaign for parties.
Wait to concern us. We don't campaign for anybody.
You go come display their logo for television for them. So and for party movement and whatever, any movement wey no get structure na lie dem dey talk. Many times we don see people that will say this person for do am well. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, we dey hear you, Madam Titi. We dey hear you. So.
Okay, say dem go say this person he good though. E nice but na the party where e go come out from. Because the party no get structure. So these days people for don wise true.
All right. Well, we will tell you thank you. Say you call us onto this thing. And yes, if there else want send us message onto the matter where we they talk. So we carry better mind follow you for inside this one. Political structure versus movement. Which one go tanda put for grant? Solid. Where nobody like say when matter pass one day, somebody will call the shit body. Because some people they talk say Labour Party as they did now, the candidate, everybody just they jollificate, they talk. If one bad story, if now yeah talk, no talk saying get bad story. If bad story come out or come from somewhere or somebody goes one test. Waka talk for anybody. They go see day or they go waka pass come out. Make I come back to.
Sorry.
Yes.
Before you come on, let me give you a background of what's actually happening. You know, Peter Obi is not about Labour Party. All this movement you are seeing.
Wait, talk about again. Make I hear where.
I say Peter Obi as a person. It's not just for Labour Party. You know, he offered himself. I mean, to change this country. And all these people following him. It's not because of Peter Obi.
I don't confuse now. Now Peter Obi they follow Obi na Labour Party.
No, just get my point. Even in my group, we are working for Peter Obi, but we are not there because of Peter Obi. We are there because we want a better country. Nigeria, we've been through a lot of terrible state. How can a great nation like Nigeria being kept prostrate for almost 30 years, if not more, decades, by bad politicians. So, what is, that tsunami you are seeing out there, it's not because of Peter Obi. Everybody is tired.
Now, so far, we push everybody come outside.
The masses want a better country. All of us want a better country.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, but, what is Madam just said? Well, I wouldn't say it's not true, but I want to tell that, we have people physically working. In my group, we already have. No,
what if she be they talk? Wait. She they talk say when you reach for election, we no go see. And we use Oshu test time because Peter Obi go Oshu State. Another last one, we never see the result can't finish.
Last week, we had 1 million march for Peter Obi physically. As I speak with you, some of them even know. Donated an office for in Lagos.
Okay.
People are really coming out.
All right, make I move go, make I go my other Oga for your follow on top. All right, that one we hear you. My Oga, you were there here now. Don't hear what Auntie Titi talk for on top of this one. Say they go they online, they talk. But when you call reach me, they come outside. You know the day. I beg, why you can't be like say sometimes? Sometimes I don't know whether na every time. I don't know whether na sometimes. It can't be like say when you reason the people where they follow somebody for back. And you yourself don't bring answers, come outside. No leader, we not get leader, we just they do the one we want to do. And our movement we they do to change the country, which himself don't talk now, say now to change the country 90 days. Why can't be like say sometimes the bus stop where is supposed end, they end there for inside this one, and people go gather, go one side, and then it come be like say the result follow. Waiting the reason onto political movement, onto all these things where they blend. It go bring results, or be like say people will just want make noise, they ginger, and then food there.
So first in a way I don't actually notice as a Nigerian, as a young Nigerian, having to deal with other young Nigerians all over. Now I realize that maybe collectively we know Sabi how to really reason, how to be strategic collectively. I mean, if individually as a person we're intelligent, we know how to plan our life, we know how to plan our businesses, whatever we do, and then be successful. But when it's like this particular cause, say Moku collectively join hands together, Moku do this, and then we know they Sabi know how to take plan. And this is as a result of sometimes there is misplaced anger and passion. So you have passion, so there is passion, say we want to really change Nigeria. Okay, I beg bros no vex, and that caller don't they beg for on top of the phone line, maybe like say you want quick talk. Okay, may we hear you. Welcome inside program. Quick go.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. We hear you. What will be your name, Bikom?
My name is Ndubisi.
Okay, Ndubisi from where inside Nigeria?
From Abuja, Kabusa.
Okay, correct. We hear you, sir.
Yes, you see, what my yellow man is saying is right. We are doing, this man where you see, obedient where you see. We are supporting him in social media.
For your TV small, they think they get volume past you. Just shift body come up for your TV.
We are supporting in social media, and our social media is fans because Nigeria we are white now. We have suffered, and we are white, and this is the only man who can restore Nigeria back. But what is happening? There's no other person apart from P2B who can restore Nigeria back. So the day, just like what one woman said, listen, that day, Nigeria will know that we have come out for the restoration of Nigeria, new Nigeria. We are not talking of, we are not begging anybody, but Nigeria will have suffered, and they will come back to the normal Nigeria before.
All right, we'll leave it like that. Thank you. Okay, we get like 30 seconds to conclude. Make us start with your end there onto the issue. With the hear you say.
Yeah. So let me just conclude quickly. People keep saying Peter Obi doesn't have a structure. It's not true. But let me tell you, the 100 million hungry Nigerians, they are his structures. The 35 million plus unemployed graduates are his structure. They also people at home.
Now lack of structure put them for house. Thank you, I beg. Now I want beg. Make I put for straight journal.
So that don't help.
I don't put for straight journal. Time don't go finish here. Make I follow my brother conclude it too. I don't put for straight journal.
So I think that the something a political movement of Obi makes sense, but at the same time, maybe take and say. No try to beat your way out around, say, structure. You call about million poor people who are jobless as part
because they are
structure. The truth of the matter is, understand that in structure, I beg no beg. In politics, when you talk about structure, it's in three forms. People and those who will also influence decisions, and then your geography as well.
A geography way this, sir.
Over 179,000 polling units. You need people to man those polling units. Okay. Over 8,000 something wards. You need structures in every of those
polling agents and all
so that. Political movements such as
matter pass.
Say, as much as that movement is important, it's more important that you should have
Good.
a structure.
All right. I don't follow better people talk. Ambassador Churchill Enyia, I think you say you follow Enyia. Okay.
Ambassador Churchill Enyia.
Enyia. Okay. Yeah. Don't follow us talking for inside program today. Now Peter being the follow for back as supporter, and Victor Terhemba, when our communication officer for raising new voices. Two of them don't talk on top this matter. More carry conclude the program inside the one way we did so. Structure, those structure. Well, if Baker no get structure, the bread no go swear for inside oven way it is so it still matter. But if you no get movement as well, the bread self, the sugar no go do am when you put am for inside. But we leave the matter for like that for inside today for Koko of the Matter. My name na Femi D. Amele.
And my name na Somi Alegino. And I don't hear am. Gonna make sure say everything what they do, e balance so make it not come do us like film trick on that day of the elections.